Like, that's actually annoying.
I will just start talking to fucking John.
The king
What do you
is
want?
dead.
I suppose
Long
I will
live.
listen in.
Well, not he.
I mean, he's been dead for a while.
Yeah, he was technically dead when we killed him.
So, when you've been dead, when you've died as a king, you're no longer king, even if you get revived afterwards.
He was just batshit insane.
He came close though, Brachus Rex. Close to fulfilling his dream. Dormant he would lie until loyal followers that persisted through centuries would restore him to life afresh. As a ghoul, no more was he reborn. Exactly the type of base necromancy I abhor. But now that he is dust at our
Are you
feet,
speaking in rhymes again?
I can't help but feeling a morsel of pity. The work of ages, the desire beyond death we undid with a simple stroke of the sword.
I don't know if it was a simple. We planned this. I feel like we overthought this just a little, but you know, it's because of our planning that everything went so great.
Yeah, and we were also very lucky. And
Yeah,
that
the
spot
discovery
of
that
me, the spot of me being like, wait, he attacks elementals, meaning he attacks summons. I have an idea.
yes. Also, on top of that, the discovery that the ice elementals do just fuck tons of damage to the two-headed fire giant thing was super good. That made it a complete non-threat. And then you know, Wolgraff went and assassinated the weakest of the bunch, and then we were just left with the Baron and him. And the Baron's never been a threat. He wasn't a threat when we fought him the first time. The only reason the Baron even posed even a little bit of challenge when we fought him the first time was because he had all that backup, like from like his wizard witch wife and like the people around him buffing him. No one in this room was going to buff him, so he had no bonuses. He was just basically a regular, bigger than average skeleton.
I'm gonna continue with this,
No, that's fair. I suppose we should care what he has to say. Or at least pretend to.
You may spit and fume,
Okay.
but still you are mistaken. Life, it is such a precious commodity. So precious indeed that death is dealt in droves to merely postpone it. To make it cross the boundaries set by nature.
Okay, it didn't get it right out loud. Pity? This thing from the grave wanted to release ruin on mankind. I spit on his corpse. Pity indeed.
How come I didn't get to put my input into this?
There is much simple irony to be found in these exploits. But at the heart of it lies an equally simple endeavor, which is to overcome the most primal of fears. The dread that prompts philosophy and religion both, and that is the fear of death.
I mean, I'm not afraid of death in this world. As far as I know, me and Soul, we good. We going to a good place. There's a whole hall that is dedicated to people like us. We get to go to the Hall of Heroes. We get a fucking I don't know. I don't know what we get to do, but it's good stuff.
You know, it's a bit ironic, John, that you are talking about the fear of death when you literally refuse to die and also want us to live for eternity.
Yeah. If he just wants us around for eternity so that we're always there to tell him to shut the fuck up.
To overcome death, if it be possible, is to attain victory over the unconquerable. Such a
That's not.
victory. What a thing of beauty it would be.
Didn't
That's
you
not
overcome death?
overcome.
Can't...
That's not overcoming the fear. That's just straight up avoiding the fear.
It's
You've not
it's
overcome a fear if you're so afraid that you want to live forever.
You've not conquered the fear. You've been conquered by the fear. The fear of not dying won at that point because you're still afraid of not dying. You just can't that now.
Still, all this talk about immortality hits the raw and ragged nerve of passing time with relentless momentum. Onward, onward. To be idle is to die.
Isn't he like functionally immortal? Like can't die of old age?
This guy likes to pretend he's so smart, but he is dumb as hell.
I'm an enlightened individual. Oh, that's what it was, Soul. There was an inert stone. Well, not it wasn't inert when we found it, but there was a stone here, one of the magic ones that have the source stuff in it.
What?
So that's what that big pulse was. There was a magic, one of those stones of power that we need to find for the end of time stuff.
The Rift Travel isn't telling us to travel anymore, but I'm pretty sure we're still supposed to. Though it didn't tell me which one it wanted me to click on.
I assume it wants us to go check out the end of time because last time we did that, we opened another portal there. Second, can I please just hook these up? And then sand to soul. Can you fix that, please? Thanks, you homie. All better, Wolgraf. Is there anything else to loot in here?
I doubt it.
Nah, you're probably right. Did they just have him, like, in here? I don't see where they would have had him entombed specifically. Because, like, this is occupied, this is occupied. Like, did they just have him laying on the floor in here and, like... Like, I don't see his specific tomb, so... I'm just gonna be that's the kind of guess I'm gonna make. Though it does say that this is the chest of the Source King over here, so this coffin might have been his.
Might have been. Anyways,
Let's go.
if you're going to the end of time, then we need to just stay together and then click on the end of time thing.
Oh yeah.
So I was walking towards you. You can't walk
We go
there.
to the end of time.
Once again, it has put you in dialogue, not me.
You don't get to hear him.
For now, I will refrain from entertaining, or, as the case may be, annoying you with hapless conjectures, until in the maze that is my mind, I happen to stumble upon a clue more concrete than mere theory. In the meantime, and in the interest of saving time, please tell me your thoughts about the lady you talked to in the Hall of Heroes during your previous visit.
Why do we have to talk about that now, and why couldn't we talk about it when it happened?
That's a good fucking question.
Like, she seemed to recognize us and called us guardians. She said she deceived us and that we deserted her in turn. I don't understand the order that this guy is deciding to proceed this in.
Deceive. Desert. Your words, they ring a distant bell, but they
Is
are
it the
but
dinner
pieces
bell?
of the puzzle. And yet, could she be?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
But no, hold your chattering tongue, Zixax. You promised you wouldn't hazard any guesses, and you'll stick to your word. You have my thanks, friends, for indulging me. A new portal has opened, and no doubt you are as curious as I am to find out what lies beyond. Let's go and take a look.
Let's go. Okay. You know, I'd much rather you make a guess than go talk in front of us. Like you might have the answer. Hi, Aru.
I was wondering what I was seeing walking past me.
Yeah, you walked. It was the cat. I'm just quickly going through his stuff to see if he has anything to buy.
So I
Midnight
have
oil. Bless. Why is Bless a geomancer skill?
Do you want one of the billion things in my inventory that I don't really use?
Sure. I'll take some of that.
That way you can use that to buy shit.
That's a good shield. That's a good shield. This is kind of a good shield. It's hard for me to sell some stuff. I still also have the ornate chest in my back pocket waiting for us to lockpick. I'm pretty sure I had some things in here that were just sitting around waiting to get sold that are like gold goblets and such. Where the fuck did those go? This can go... Okay, that's like $1,000 worth of shit. What in here can I buy? Smokescreen, Avatar Fire, Wildfire. Haste a target. Then why don't you just call it haste? Like, that's... I do want that spell, though. Petrifying Touch, Magical Poison Dart, Fortify. Give yourself or another target magical armor. But you're using earth to do it, so why would it be magical armor? It should be physical armor. You're putting earth on someone. You're making stone armor. Like, do you not... Can I afford this? Oh, I'm so close to being able to afford this. But this is going to go to Jahan after I buy it, which is the only thing that makes me upset. Because I don't believe he deserves anything, but we need him alive.
There we go.
Thank you. Okay, that should be enough. I don't think there's any skill books that he actually has that you would want. Actually, maybe this. Okay, now let's balance it out. And let's see if I can afford all that. Yeah, I can. Okay. And buy. Perfect. Now let's finish this conversation. So I have. His reign of terror is over forever.
Magnificent. Oh, truly wondrous. I feel like a prisoner set free. Free to bask in the daylight once more. I was so fearful. Petrified almost in the knowledge that I might see him again. You see, I knew the Mad King. In fact, I served him.
I just noticed he's got a little cat plushie on his belt.
Hold on. I'm gonna quickly do something.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Is this guy another immortal? Does anyone know how to die in this universe? God damn it. We got people coming back from the dead as skeletons, as zombies, and ghosts. No one knows how to stay the fuck dead. Just stay the fuck dead. Like, it's not that hard.
Sounds like we also came back, so, you know.
Yeah, like, apparently no one knows how to stay dead.
I'm a wizard hunter, and that means I've seen many centuries pass me by. They weren't always happy ones, and you may take that as an understatement. I was once under Brachus's thrall, bound to him by perfidious magic. Life was an endless cycle of servitude, torture, and humiliation. Only after the first source hunters skewered him like the pig he was did my nightmare end. As you can imagine, I was afraid beyond all measure that the fiend would enslave us all once more. That I'd be cast back into the rank pit that was my past. But he hasn't, and he never will. Thank you. I will never forget this act of valor.
I feel like the bottom one's much more of a thing to talk about than that. I asked Brachus about Cassandra. Turns out she was his sister, a sister with a man-cat.
So you have heard of her? Yes. I knew Cassandra. She was a sweet girl when we met. Hardly a woman yet. The very opposite of her deranged brother, who did not hesitate to butcher her for his own benefit. We were fast friends in those days. Aye, more than friends. Until he took her down to the dungeons, and she returned a woman no longer. A twisted lich had she become, with a twisted mind.
Okay, that's
to
the
match
second
her
time.
grisly new shape.
Lich. Lich like bitch. Don't you be fucking twisting the word to sound no fancy. We know how it's said. You saying it wrong. Why did Brachus turn his own sister into a lick?
He remorselessly and relentlessly sought ways to cheat death. Cassandra and he were soul-forged, so he knew that if she would die, he would die. And so he turned her into a lich. Turned her into
I
a
hate
creature
it.
neither living nor dead,
It's
so
now
that he
bothered
could
me a
break
lot.
the soul forge
After
without
I've searched it
destroying
up and
himself in the
found out that
process.
it's Lich that is pronounced.
It bothers me it bothers me a lot. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Giving the matter no further thought, he rid his sister of her humanity, so as to rid himself of a spell that could threaten him. Such a man was Brachus Rex. Immortal in his mind, and immortal to be in effect. As your swords and spells have demonstrated, though, to this world's everlasting contentment, his deranged fancy was not to be.
If Cassandra is an immortal lich, where is she now?
I don't know. When the Source Hunters besieged Brachus' castle, I sought only to escape. I never heard of her again.
Yeah, I feel like I was about to ask the same thing. That the next question is, truly, even though, as you say, you and Cassandra were more than friends.
Yes, I longed for freedom, for release. When I saw my chance, I ran and never looked back.
I don't feel like a more than friends move, dude. So now that Brachus has been dealt with, what's next?
You have foiled one of Leandra's vile designs. That much is certain. But I highly doubt you forestalled her endgame, whatever that may be. It is therefore imperative that we find her sister Ikara. As you've learned from the accursed duo that was Jake and Evelyn, the White Witch is somehow involved.
By the way, her plans are mostly just everyone dies. That's her main thing.
I will vouch for her gentle nature, but alas, I cannot vouch for her current state of mind. Has she been corrupted by her sister, perhaps? Or have they become enemies locked in a murderous game of cat and mouse?
Get it, because he's a cat.
Until you find her. What I do know is that she lives in a cabin deep in Lacula Forest to the north. If anywhere, that is where I advise your travels should take you next.
After we listen to what
listen.
the imp has to say about another place.
Very well, Hunter. My gratitude is yours, as is my service.
Oh, we want to talk to each other. But before that, he said north.
Tell me, O Weaver, if you
Buddy,
know
that is
all
not.
past and present, does
Pretty
that
sure it's
mean you know the
technically to the
future as well?
east.
Alas, no.
I was gonna say that's not relevant here.
It's to the north. We're at the end of time, my guy. This is for Jahan. I sent you a book to learn. And that is for me. Now I have haste.
That's it. Brachus Rex is dead. The way he spoke about our forebears was horrific. I wonder how many Source Hunters had to die before the Source King was deposed.
Why are we talking about this now and not immediately after we killed him?
That's a good question. We needed to have it settle in a bit first, maybe.
We killed that guy who was like a god to these people. We killed him. Like completely fair and balanced means.
Tell me, O Weaver, if you know all that is past and present, does that mean you know the future?
Even if it was one, it was too many. My heart shrivels in my chest when I think of the lust in his voice as he recalled his crimes.
Yeah. Every inch.
I didn't like the first one, and I don't like the first one of yours either.
Nah. Every inch of this source cult that we unravel is an inch of justice
You
for
don't
those
need
killed.
to read
Yeah,
it.
Brack,
They are
that's not
right.
how it's pretty
Every
straight
inch
as
of
hell.
this Source cult that we unravel is an inch of justice for those
Why
killed.
did you read it?
Damn Brachus and all
I don't
his
trust
breed.
this game anymore.
Damn them straight to hell.
Well, if you hear me saying it out loud, Then you will as well. Romantic.
We are +1 romantics.
In what way was that romantic?
I have no idea. I am
Also-
romantic, independent, altruistic, righteous, bold,
Cornelius
compassionate,
now here
spiritual,
at the end
forgive.
of time.
Oh, so I guess he's just gonna chill here.
Well, aren't you going to leap through? Who
I will
knows
punch
what
you.
wonder awaits you?
Oh,
I
he's
am
got his own
vindictive.
little seat.
Well,
Considerate,
through?
righteous,
Who knows what
spiritual,
wonder awaits you?
compassionate, bold, altruistic, independent, and I'm
Tell me, oh Weaver,
Aren't you going
in
to
the
leap
middle
through?
of
you know
romantic
all
and
that
romantic.
Wonder awaits you?
does that mean you know the
You know what, I'm just gonna...
I am romantic.
No more of them.
Oh, this place is kind of nice. What's that? What's this? What's this? What's the glowing green thing? What's over here?
Place looks rather cozy, doesn't it?
It does. Almost like
Oh, hey, homie!
coming home.
Almost like coming home, huh?
The scurrilous sentinels themselves. It is miraculous, irrefutably so. But oh, how low you have fallen. Look at what you have become.
We have to have been like gods or
What
something
was
before
stars
this.
have become moribund embers. You are to be pitied.
That demon.
And none too friendly either.
Not too friendly either.
I have to touch the glowy thing. It's glowy. I got touch. I touch. Personality, no AI. What? I don't know what that is. This is how we can edit our character's opinions. Appearance.
What am I doing? This isn't my chest, and I know it.
Okay. Do I get the square
ancient
one?
Diary. My friend and ally. Frustration is raging through me like a seething fever. Damn these politicians. Okay, so this is mine.
Yeah, that's
If
your
the others-
side. That's your
If
diary.
the others is yours.
You get a mirror and the round chest and that stuff,
Damn
and then
these
I get this.
politicians. They infuriate me to no end. What do I care? The war is almost won. That victory is certain. As long as a single enemy so draws breath, I will not sheathe my sword. I do not have a sword. I will hunt, and I will stalk, and I will kill. I will do what I do best. All the
bow
rest
things.
is cowardice. Diplomacy is the tool of the weak. Blind. They simply cannot see. They weren't there at the end.
So that's your diary. So I guess I'll read my diary. My fellow general, I understand your frustration, though one that plagues me is of a different nature. All this attention, curse it! All these expectations, to hell with them! To be a ruler is like being the queen of a beehive. Nobility, ambassadors, citizens, clergy, they scurry about me in endless numbers, buzzing, pleading, begging, hanging on to my every word, mindless. I spent my life in halls and chambers, the light of day almost a memory. I long for the hills, for the fields, for the quiet and the solitude of the wilds. Couldn't I simply leave it all behind?
My old chest.
So I think these are supposed to be our storage chests where we can put stuff in and just leave it, but I don't know. So I'm going to experiment with something I don't give a shit about, like this smelly scarf. And if this is here for a bit, then this is here for a bit.
Okay, but the bed.
That's your bed.
Oh, yeah, that's not. That's
Do
not.
I do that? No, I sleep most.
That's
Oh
not
no,
correct. That is
okay. Don't
not
look too
correct.
close. Don't look
Oh,
too
oh,
close. You just...
Well, it was like that when I was zoomed out. That's why I was like, Also, why
So
the
that
fuck is my diary so fucking huge?
I don't know. Mine's fucking pretty big too. So that demon's got to be our homie or something, right? Like, if he's chilling in what appears to be our bedroom.
Okay, so we were two separate people. We do know that much. Because I think they were only referring to us as you, but that could be.
Well, the thing is, this game is also supposed to have two main characters: the boy and the girl that we started as before we started customizing our stuff.
Mm.
So I don't know. We're still god things. I'm still not certain what we are.
Not a general. I'd like to raise a personal concern of mine, if I may be so bold. Your prowess in combat is unmatched. Your lust for warfare unrivaled. No one doubts this. That prowess served us well. It saved us a weary world. But now that the enemy has been vanquished, but for a few strangling legions, is it really necessary to personally command our armies still? I know your presence inspires our troops, but I worry an enemy spear or arrow may find you yet, just like, with permission, the enemy has found another general before. To lose you now would devastate nations. My advice would be to exercise caution. Now that peace is almost upon us and our total victory inevitable, there is no need anymore for such ferocious heroics. We no longer have need of you as a general. We have a need of you as a statesman. Please think of that. Signed, Harold Sigurdsson, Duke of Orca.
So maybe we weren't full gods. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm just staring at the flowers. So maybe we weren't full gods.
Probably not, but
I mean, we would have had to end up here somehow.
And not like fully immortal, probably, since I'm guessing
We got these sweet digs.
I was gonna say, probably could live for a long time without like getting sick or anything, but like we could die to wounds.
Immortal adjacent.
Yes.
We probably didn't. We probably stopped aging at some point.
Because it sounds like we've lived for a long time, but
We were heroes. That part, I think, is true. Oh, do you want to talk? You don't really have anything new to say. You just have more of the old. So for
well, you could talk to her about the rooms you have discovered.
Okay. We've already talked to them about the Great Hall. It seems that demonic creatures roaming these halls, it recognized me. Do you know why that is?
He is the instigator. He is the beginning of all ends. The birth father of death and void. Be wary of him. I know not what is fear, and yet, before him, I tremble.
Okay. Fun stuff. He didn't seem to really like the void, though. The way he talked about it. So it's
I
weird.
found a great chamber with 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, okay, that's the new one.
Can the answer be anything but you? The threads say that you slept there, you both did, until the vigil of day and vigil of night called you away.
Is that who it, were we like? Okay, maybe
Okay,
we
but
were like
who's-
gods.
Who was called by who?
Was I day or was I night? Like, I just want to know.
Duty. Never did you waver from your duty, never? I cannot be certain. Perhaps, just once, you failed.
And we died.
Well, yeah, I kind of got that from the whole letter about us probably dying if we continued the way we did, which I'm guessing we did, and then
We
died.
probably,
A question
yeah.
has me stumped, milady. Why are
So,
there 2 of us? 2 beings that record
my
chronologically
guess
parallel to one another.
on like which of us is which soul, just because of how the login was, is that I think mine might be the sun and yours might be the moon. And my only guess for that, well, my guess is for which of us is which, for like which is us the sun and which is us the moon, is because my character replaced the guy, and they usually make the guy the sun and the girl the moon. And your character replaced the girl, so my guess would be you are the moon.
My little thing also seemed a lot more angry. Like,
You want to hunt, you want to be left the fuck alone.
I don't know why
I don't
you're
know.
going up here.
I don't. Don't worry about it. Should we just go back to Sicile, or do we go to the old church?
I mean, we can probably go to church. That wouldn't be where we go anyway. We can. We'll just go to the. I picked the North Gate.